So former President Obama swiping at President Trump from across the world in Indonesia in a speech there on climate change. Here is what he said. He says, "We are seeing a rise in an aggressive kind of nationalism. We start seeing both in developed and developing countries an increased resentment about minority groups and the bad treatment of people who don't look like us or practice the same faith as us. I don't believe the future favors strong men. I believe the future favors those who promote tolerance, who are open to differences and learn from everyone." But if we can't keep our partisanship to ourselves on our nation's birthday, can we at least keep it on our shores? Well, here to debate, radio show host Larry Elder and Democratic strategist Michael Morey. Good to have you both here, and happy 4th of July weekend.
Happy 4th.
Morning.
Good morning. Larry, what is this all about?
It's about the fact that Obama is very unhappy that Hillary didn't win and that Donald Trump is step by step reversing his legacy. The fact is that Obama and a bunch of his aides are mounting a furious attack against Donald Trump, arguing that Donald Trump is insensitive, not welcoming, racist, sexist, all of that. And the good news is it won't matter if Donald Trump is successful in getting the economy to grow over 3, or if not 4%, which is what he's promised. He will cruise to re-election the way Ronald Reagan did, even though he had Jimmy Carter constantly harping at his presidency as well. So I would advise President Trump to stick to the knitting, get the economy going, and on re-election, nobody will care what Obama is saying. He's no longer in power.
Michael, it seems like the former president is pretty upset about the Paris Accord, about President Trump pulling out of that.
Yeah, I think, well, Paris is sort of indicative of a larger problem with the Trump presidency, which is that he has, for the first time in probably 3/4 of a century, demonstrated to the world that America is no longer interested in sort of leading the world, being a global power. You know, American exceptionalism used to be a key component of the Republican Party platform. And what Donald Trump has shown in very short order is that he's willing to throw away decades of orthodoxy around American global leadership. And Paris is just the sort of tip of the iceberg of his willingness to do so.
All right, Larry, go ahead.
This is an administration, the Obama administration, that prided itself on, quote, leading from behind. Obama, against all of his entire national security team, against his Secretary of Defense, CIA director, Joint Chiefs, pulled out every member of the all the troops out of Iraq, even though he was advised to leave them there. And that's one of the reasons we have the ISIS problem. So for somebody to say that America is back, that Donald Trump is no longer leading when Obama specifically said he wanted to lead from behind is absurd.
All right, quickly,
Larry,
Michael.
The definition
Michael.
of leading from behind is when the entire global community is behind an accord, like the Paris Accord, and you decide to let China take the driver's seat while you take the back seat. That is the definition of leading behind.
Is this the right time and place, though? Quickly, Larry, we talk about the 4th of July weekend, the time when this country could be most patriotic. Is this a time and place to be taking a jab at the current president?
We're just going to have to accept that half this country is very upset about the presidency of Donald Trump, and we're going to be like this for the next 7.5 years, assuming Donald Trump gets reelected, and I predict that he will. So just stick to the knitting, Mr. President. Work hard. Get the economy at 4%. Nobody's going to give a rip about what Barack Obama is saying right now.
All right, Larry Elder, Michael Morey, we're going to have to leave it right there. Thank you both, gentlemen, for being with us.